What's up, nerds and geeks? My name is OMG, WTF, LOL, FTW, BRB, and welcome, finally welcome to the first Marvel Nemesis extra video and what should be many more from now, but we'll talk about that more in the video. But first, we have a cutscene for the man who will be destroying Spider-Man.
Johnny Ostrom and Trouble ran in the same circles. He was first in his class at this school of hard knocks.
Some local kids were in the wrong place at the wrong time. The cops, they beat them to death. So they nailed me to the wall for their skull-bashing antics.
John Ostrom, the state of Louisiana condemns you to death.
On the third try, lightning struck the jail and blew out the transformer. He's still alive. It was Roekel who saw the benefits of my electric personality. He put a dupe in my place. And I was free. He used me as a capacitor. I was covered with terminals like a huge Tesla coil. I could pull electricity out of the air. And I became Johnny Ohm.
So Johnny Ohm was the only character throughout my initial playthrough, or only imperfect I should say, that I didn't actually show off. Everyone else, we've already seen their videos. Johnny was the final one, so there will be no more imperfect videos in here. I talked over it, but you may have noticed, maybe throughout the playthrough too, I don't remember if he actually said it, but before we started fighting Spider-Man, I almost called him Wolverine for some reason, he said, "Here's Johnny," and that's a quote from, oh man, I'm forgetting the name of the movie. It's from a very popular movie. I'm sure most of you know what it is. I want to say The Shining, but I feel like that's not it. It could be, but I'm not going to say it is without being fully confident. I've honestly never seen the movie. I just know the quote. Either way, the fight between Spider-Man and Johnny Ohm is, Spider-Man can be pretty difficult to take on. He has the web sling, he's always recovering, he's quick, he's one of the better characters in the game, but Johnny is also pretty good. I feel like he's one of those top 3 or top 4 imperfects that Marvel and EA wanted to focus on, with the others being like Brigade, Hazman, and I guess Paragon, since she's like the main focal point of the story. But either way, Johnny Ohm kind of got a little bit of a rough start there, didn't he? He was blamed for the cops' own beating. The cops went in there and beat those kids. Johnny Ohm gets blamed for it and gets sentenced to death, but instead of that, gets electrocuted to the point where the fuse breaks or blows or something. It's crazy. Johnny Ohm got a rough end of the stick, and now he's a supervillain, or in his eyes, I guess he's a hero. Either way, pretty close fight.
Done it now. You're grounded.
I didn't want to talk through his ending speech there. It's a pretty tough fight. That actually took me probably the longest out of the 3 fights we're going to be doing in this video. The last 3 fights we're going to be doing in this video. Spider-Man really gave me a tough time, and even though I just said Johnny Ohm was probably one of the more focused of the imperfects, like they liked him a lot, I don't really like him. I feel like he's too fast, and I just miss a lot of time. Either way, we're going to be taking on Human Torch next, and his mission. Along came a spider, not the spider, along came a spider. Human Torch is kind of like the Wolverine Storm fight, where we fought Storm with Wolverine. Instead of having an imperfect come after him, I guess Van Roekel sent one of his captured heroes after him, and it just so happens it's the same guy we just took on, everyone's favorite web-slinger, Spider-Man.
You gotta be kidding. This is going to be too easy.
So just like every other hero, Spider-Man gets a makeover, a little bit more darker, but not like black symbiote Spider-Man, just, I guess, alien Spider-Man. I don't know what the hell to call it, but he looks strange, doesn't he? Kind of looks 2099-ish. Either way, this does make sense because Spider-Man and Human Torch have always had a kind of love-hate relationship in the comics. They're friendly rivals, as I like to refer to them, because they're not enemies, they're friends, but they love to compete against each other and always try to show up each other. So that's why I always call them friendly rivals. So it makes a little, doesn't make a little sense. I mean, it does make sense why they would make them fight, but I kind of like how they had Spider-Man go after Human Torch more than they had, or how they chose Spider-Man over Ben Grimm, because well, just prove, you know, like, it makes sense because they're always competing, and this is Spider-Man's way of saying I'm better than you. but he's also being mind controlled. The fight with Human Torch is not too bad at all. In fact, this is me beating him right here. What we're looking at right now was Spider-Man's ending move, Fatality, special move. I have no idea what they call them. I know the game calls them something.
You know what we call that? We call that a web-slinging ass-kicking.
No, we do not, Spider-Man. It is not called a web-slinging ass-kicking. Oh, stupid joke. Either way, every character has their own ending ability. I am going to cover that in another extra video where I'm going to showcase every single one, including the ones I've already shown, like Spider-Man and any of the others I've shown. I believe I've seen Wolverines, or we've seen Wolverines. Also, with the extra videos, I'm going to talk about that in a few minutes, so I don't want to get into it now, because we're going on to our last of the captured missions, where we're taking on Iron Man in his mission Clash of Steel. So, Iron Man's pretty unique here, I feel, with his capture mission. I honestly like who they chose. They didn't choose an Imperfect, but they kind of did. I almost talked over that. My apologies, Nerds and Geeks. So, Van Roekel is the man that goes after Spider-Man, and I kind of like it because, like I was saying, he's not really an Imperfect. I don't know what Van Roekel is. I think he's an alien. But he's not an Imperfect, and he's also not a Marvel hero. So he's kind of unique because it's the big boss going after one of the heroes, and it's kind of interesting that it's Iron Man, because he's usually, I don't want to say he's the leader of the Avengers, because I believe it's actually usually Captain America that's the leader, but I guess because Captain America died in the Marvel Nemesis universe, so I guess that would make Iron Man the leader, and he's taking on Van Roekel. So this fight did prove to be rather hard, even though I did beat this fight on my first try, unlike Spider-Man and Human Torch. I think, believe it or not, Human Torch took me like 2 or 3 times, even though I just said it wasn't too hard. But you're on a weird stage in the Human Torch fight. You're on that Van Roekel stage where everything just seems to blow up on you, so it does suck. You get thrown all over the place. Watch out in this part of the fight, just like it was with like Brigade and his healing, and I believe there were a couple other fights where they heal like that. If Iron Man stays in there, his health will go up, and he heals pretty fast, so you just gotta watch out for that, because you can't heal. So remember that one when you're fighting Iron Man, Nerds and Geeks. Don't let him heal. But the Human Torch stage, as I was saying, it has a lot. You seem to get thrown around and you just bump into something, you explode, your health is all gone. The Spider-Man stage was really, or the Spider-Man fight was really difficult because, as I've said before, Spider-Man is pretty difficult, at least I think. This fight, even though you are seeing my first attempt, it's not too difficult to the point where I feel like either Van Roekel's really strong or I just had a really good run in this fight. But honestly, I didn't think it was too bad, but it still did give me a challenge. It wasn't like it was super easy to the point where I beat Iron Man with almost, with full health. It comes down to the bare wire here. But either way, we are going to be doing a little bit more of the extra videos. This is the only extra videos for the stories because I'm just covering the missions that I didn't get to in the initial playthrough. We're also going to have an extra video for all the cards that we've unlocked throughout the story. So the cards are basically little extra things that help or basically explain what's been going on in the story. We're going to be doing an extra video on 2 of the comics. There are 2 comics in this, or 2 audio comics in this game that you can listen to and read at the same time. I'm going to be showing off those. I want to show off the 2-player mode. I want to show off the
You humans will never learn.
Alright, as I was saying before Van Roekel started talking, I want to show off all the special moves or finishing moves of all the heroes and Imperfects. I don't know what to call them. And also there was a Marvel comic series released for Marvel Nemesis Imperfects. I don't own all of them yet, so that video we're going to have to hold up on. But I eventually do want to release an extra video, maybe reading over the Nemesis comics or giving my review over them. I haven't exactly decided yet. But anyway, if you decide not to kill off Iron Man and decide to spare him, you get to do his final mission, which was the only Iron Man mission we didn't do in the story mode, which is all or nothing. In this mode, you literally have you can only take 1 hit, is what I was trying to say.
I am Iron Man.
You have to take out all the enemies without taking any damage. I believe I do actually end up taking a hit in this video, but for some reason it actually did not kill me, which surprised me. So I really got lucky there, but this is actually probably the one that took me the longest to complete. It's very difficult. Like I said, you can only take 1 hit. I think I got lucky with that 1 hit I took, and then I was done. I keep saying you can only take one hit. I mean you can't take any hits. You're not supposed to. I mean, you only have one hit of damage on you. Like I said, I think I got very lucky when it came to me getting hit and not being killed. This is I don't know what take it is, but it's been after many. I've also memorized this. I have a feeling that you are going to die maybe the first couple times. You have to get a general idea of where everyone's going to go. The Desolators are definitely a pain in the ass because, you know, they're so fast, they fly around, and as I've said it many times throughout the playthrough, you're just going to want to jump up and grab them to kill them off. You have Ravengers who can shoot you from afar, so you just want to, you know, save all your special and hit them right away. The Invaders really don't pose too much of a challenge, but if you let them get around you to a point where there's numerous, like, you know, maybe 2 or 3 around you, it could get dangerous because while you're focusing on one, the other can attack you. But eventually, I mean, it's not too many. See, there's the one hit I took, by the way. I don't know how I survived that, but I did. I literally cannot take another hit now. Like, my health is completely non-existent. I honestly probably shouldn't have survived that, but I did. And I believe this right here is the last Invader, so there really isn't many villains or, you know, enemies to take out, but it does prove to be a little troublesome, especially with the Desolators and Ravagers in there. The Invaders, as I said before, don't really pose a problem, but with that, Nerds and Geeks, we've completed every single mission in the story mode of Marvel Nemesis Rise of the Imperfects. I'm going to be releasing those audio comics. We're going to be getting those card videos out, the 2-player thing, and I'm also going to be showcasing all of the fights. There was an online feature in this game, but I'm not going to be showcasing the online because, for one, I honestly have never done it online, and I don't know how to hook my PlayStation 2 up online. I'm not really much of an online gamer. And 2, even if I did find out how to get it online, I highly doubt there's going to be anyone on Marvel Nemesis playing. So there's that. Either way, Nerds and Geeks, I don't want to ramble too long since the video is over, and now we're just looking at a still screen. So now that I finally got the extra video up, and I want to apologize right now for how long it took. Now that I got this extra video up, I'm going to be moving on to the other ones. The only reason they took so long is because I did not want to play through the story mode an extra 2 extra times because I had to do Iron Man's final mission, but I also had to take on, you know, basically eliminate Iron Man at the same time, so there's no choice. I had to do 2 playthroughs. But the other ones aren't going to be too bad. I have everything unlocked. We're going to see all the cards. I'm going to show you guys the comics and everything, so it shouldn't be too much longer. And we will be starting a new playthrough here pretty soon, another Marvel game. I figured it'd be cool to start another Marvel Let's Play, considering we're finally finishing up on the Nemesis video. Either way, Nerds and Geeks, my name's OMG, WTF, LOLFTW, BRB. I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to comment on this video. Don't forget to share it to your friends, Facebook, and Twitter to help me, or help the channel grow, not me. I would greatly appreciate it, though. And don't forget to comment on this video and leave a like. And as always, don't forget to subscribe. I will see you guys later. Have a good one.